All right. So I feel like I've been kind of a victim of the topic that I'm going to talk about pretty recently. Um, so being consistent, I don't really know why. I don't really know what the secret of it is. Me talking about this right now. This is also gonna be for me as well. Like it's not just gonna be just me, just me trying to talk about it like that, but I don't know. I might be kind of rambling right now, but me talking about this is also gonna be for myself as well because I feel like I've been slacking off recently. I feel like I've not been doing as much as I want it to do. And to be fair, it could be my fault. Maybe it's just I've been feeling a bit lazier. Maybe it's just I've had no motivation. But then again, you can work. You can work without being motivated. So I feel like that's not really how it works. You don't need motivation for you to work. I genuinely believe that there's no such thing as I'm not motivated enough to work on something. That just doesn't exist. I genuinely don't think that exists. Because here's the thing. If that was the only way for it to happen, then that would mean you would have to get motivated all the time before you start working on anything. And that's just simply not true. That's just simply not true at all. Um because there definitely have been instances where I just started working by myself, and it's not like I even wanted to. And I'm not saying that my discipline is bad or anything. It's not bad. I have been trying for a long while, but for some reason it's like I've been slacking off recently. And it's like, well, I don't really understand. Like, is it because I'm not consistent? Or is it because I'm just not motivated? But then again, how does that make sense? Because whenever I want to work, whenever I want to start working, I can easily do it when I'm not motivated. You don't need motivation to start working. I feel like that's kind of the thing that I feel like most people would probably use that like like as an excuse to not work. Like, "Oh, I'm not motivated. I can't work." Like that's probably what they're going to say. But in reality, they probably don't need motivation at all. I genuinely don't think that's a thing that you need to start working. I think it's more of I feel like it's more of being consistent. But how do you become consistent? That is something that I don't know. I don't know how you can become consistent. Really, I really don't know. I've been kind of thinking about this, and it's like I've actually been working out less than I used to. I've been working on myself less than I used to. If I look at myself like like 2 months ago, I was definitely doing way more work. Like I was definitely doing way more work at that time rather than the amount of work that I'm doing right now. And I just find that crazy. It's like it's kind of backwards if you think about it. Like you would think the more that you go, the more work that you would put in. All right, the more that you would work on something, the better it becomes. And that could be true, but I feel like the more that I've worked on myself, the more that I've slowed down. Like I mean, does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of how it is. I've been working on myself, but for some reason, I feel like I've slowed down. I feel like I'm rambling right now, but I don't know. I have to get this off my chest. I wanted to make this for like a bit now. I've been thinking about it yesterday, and I've been thinking about it today, like literally right after I woke up, and I was like, man, I used to work out every day. I don't do that every day anymore. I definitely take some time off, and I'm not gonna blame myself because I'm on a vacation. Like, it's okay, all right? Like, even if you're on a vacation, that doesn't that doesn't necessarily mean that you can take a way out and be like, okay, no, I'm gonna enjoy myself now. I'm not gonna work out as I used to. Like, okay, yeah, you can enjoy yourself, but that doesn't mean to completely stop working on yourself. No, no, that's just you being. That's literally just you being a pussy. I genuinely don't think you can just do that. You know, I mean, that's like if you want to improve anyway, and I definitely want to improve. So I can't really start slacking off, especially now. There's no way. Like it's just if I ever want to change, then I have to work harder. I have to keep doing things harder. And maybe that's the thing with consistency. With consistency, maybe there is no secret with it. Maybe it's just you have to do it no matter what. Because here's the thing: if you don't do it, then who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it for you? Nobody's gonna do it for you. Especially if you're a man, nobody's gonna do it for you. You either do the thing or never do it at all, because no one is capable of changing you other than yourself. That probably has to be the biggest takeaway that you can take from this right now. There is no one that's going to be able to ever change you other than yourself. And that's just the way it is, and you need to learn that. I probably need to learn that as well. I have been slacking off for quite a while now, actually. Mm. I mean, it's kind of weird because I just started. I literally just started doing everything like a few days ago, and then I started to slack off again. It's like a repeating thing. You can't really escape it. That's hmm. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Has anyone actually shared a similar view to the way that I'm seeing it right now? I don't even know if I'm making sense. I hope I'm not rambling too much on things that don't make sense. Like to me, what I'm talking about does make sense here, but being consistent, I don't know how you can be consistent. Like what is the way for you? What is the way for you to actually be consistent? I don't really know. Like how can someone become consistent? And I don't think they need motivation because, like I said, you don't need motivation to work. All right, working doesn't require motivation. If I'm being totally honest, because you can work when you don't want to. Yeah, that's normal. That can happen. I've done it before. I feel like everyone has done that before. Anyone can work without motivation at all. I don't think anybody needs motivation to do something. You know, like I feel like motivation just makes you do that thing faster, but it doesn't decide if you do it or not. Because at the end of the day, if you want to do it, you're gonna do it. Motivation is only going to make you do that thing, that said thing, faster. It's just gonna make you do it much faster than you would have normally done it. Than if you would have normally done it and you weren't motivated to. But I mean, here's the thing: if you wanted to do it, you know, you're gonna do it regardless. It's just motivation is gonna make you do it faster. So I don't think consistency and motivation go hand in hand. I really don't think they go hand in hand like that. But if you want to be consistent, I mean I feel like I just feel like you have to work as hard as you possibly can and like keep doing it. And like don't quit. Like I feel like that's the biggest issue. You should never quit. You should never be able to quit when you're doing something. That's probably part of being consistent. I'm just trying to think about this. I'm just trying to like brainstorm ideas because I really don't know the secret of it. And I actually do kind of want to know what it is because I really don't know what it is. Like what is the secret of being consistent? What is the secret of it? You know? Like is there even a secret to it at all? Or is it just having to do the hard work, just having to do the work, but the thing is that you never quit doing it. So it's like maybe if you force yourself to never quit doing the thing that you're doing, you're just going to find yourself doing it like it's a loop. You're just going to find yourself doing it and doing it. and it's almost gonna feel like that you're forced to do it. Maybe that's how you do it. Maybe that's what it means to be consistent. I really don't know. What do you think? I'll leave it up to you, but I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. This is just something I wanted to talk about. I feel like hmm, it's kind of weird. It is. Anyway. All right.